So who is this man Mordechai? The Megillah introduces us to him in the following way. I quoted this on Sunday. Ish Yehudi Hayab Shushan Habira. There was a Yehudi man in the capital, Ushmo Mordechai, and his name was Mordechai ben Yair ben Shimi ben Kish Ish Yemini. So he had a number of lineage names behind him, and then we're told Ish Yemini. So Ish Yehudi and Ish Yemini are hard to translate. Do they mean that he is Yehudi, as in from the tribe of Judah? In which case, we have a problem because the last word, say Ish Yemini, and that would often be interpreted as a man of the tribe of Benjamin, Yemini, Ben Yamin. So is he? Which one is he? Is he Benjaminite or Yehudite? You could translate either of those words as not referring to a tribal name, but rather more broadly. Ish Yehudi could mean a Jew. That's right, we refer to ourselves as Yehudim. And why? Because we're from the southern kingdom of Malchus Yehuda. So it's not the tribe of Yehuda, but from the southern kingdom, which is made up of Binyamin and Yehuda. And Ish Yemini might be also interpreted a different way, which is he's a right-hand guy, which means he's a stand-up guy, a significant person, a trustworthy person. All that goes into the right-hand Yemini kind of guy. Interestingly, the Gemara tells us that the two tribes are fighting about him, and this plays out in two different versions. One is they were both trying to lay claim to him, and at least for his existence. In the end, we presume that he actually is a descendant of a Benjaminite family. Yes. But can the Yehudites lay claim to him? And there's a version of it which says that that David didn't harm his great ancestor, and that's why they say it's because of us that he exists. Whereas the Benjaminites say he's one of us. But the other version says people were actually trying to distance themselves from him. Why? They blame him. They blame him for what transpires here. That the threat that is posed to the entire Jewish people is caused by the fact that he won't bow down to Haman. And according to one rendering of the Gemara, at least the Jews of the time say it's all your fault. If you just had bowed, if you only had bowed to that Haman, we wouldn't be in this mess. And so the Yehudites try to say he's not ours, he's yours. Leave us alone. We wish he didn't exist. And the Benjaminites, also try to do their distancing from him, but nobody wants to claim him in this version. Wow, what a fascinating distinction. Is he the hero of the story, or is he seen as the villain? At least the villain at the outset. Eventually things get better, right? But that's the question and the attitude. Of course, we can't imagine that in the end we would conclude that Mordechai is a villain. But to understand the dynamics of the period, some folks see him as the troublemaker that brought him to the brink that they shouldn't have been at, with core questions about what do you tolerate of an abuse of ugly personalities, what do you allow yourself to do you bend the knee to them or not? And some will say just do it so we can get by, and others will say we dare not do so. We have to hold our heads high, come what may. Very different readings of the issue then and the issues of today as well. Hope that's a helpful thing to consider as you continue to study Megillat Esther. Have a great day.